Time keeps on slipping into the future. Ah. Woman. Yo! Mask. I'm gonna kick your balls. Wait, what? Very nice guy. Guy speaking numbers. I think I found this. It's corners and too far too. Dun 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 dun. Ps5. Hey, you fucked up. You're gonna rip off Border Freeman. fuck? Man.
Hello. My name is Regretivator, and I would like to
Trying to
welcome
teach
to
my
my
silly
silly
powers.
Of course, not to be confused with any other jungle gyms, this absurd wagoness has been scientifically proven
Bro, not best for,
to be the
bruh.
silliest place on Earth. And I... Oh God! I've accidentally summoned the flood!
Okay.
Quickly! Get the high ground now!
Yeah. Oh. We won, alright, well, hey, what's that mean? What's this?
Think fast, Juggernuts!
Mad. That's a spooky woman.
I want coins. You want coins? We all want coins. Buttons are gonna be popping up around the room, and when you click them, you get coins. I love my job. I'm going to bed. Okay. Good luck.
Watch close that on this thing. I don't like it, but I might as well try it if I can. I'm gonna scared to step on it. There's quite a lot.
Nice. I bet they play coin droppers, button pushers, or something really cool. Anyway, before we get for it, goodbye.
I'm gonna say we did alright. At least have some sympathy and sanguine.
Who the heck is talking? Why you sound like a grown-ass man?
Now I'm gonna dance.
I'm gonna dance too.
Only dancing can put her my big shoe.
Dance, dance. What is that violate community standards?
You are not putting that on. Shame on you for even having that on.
No. Yo, it's you. Gordon Freeman. Knockoff Gordon Freeman.
But he's like,
Hey, it's knockoff Gordon Freeman.
I got a knife just like that. Banana knife.
Bro, stop playing that.
Your actions to be involuntary.
I'm already sure I know what that is. Thank you, Bert. I'm concerned my well-being.
I guess you could say I'm a boomer.
Ablala. Water dance. Anima. Anima.
Also, check out the funny
I can't on your head. Off on. This is a beautiful. No, I don't need aura. I mean,
Literally, K-pop's are easy.
I'll bet you live in your mom's basement. I bet $20 you live in your mom's basement.
I'm so hate-filled right now. Literally,
I'm done.
Literally.
Who was it? Who's done it? I'll be more stuck. You must be graduation not language.
Just send us a message. We'll put our messages. That's it. Also, I have nothing against birds.
I have nothing against me. I find it funny. I have nothing against me. I too because it's funny.
I'm so hate-filled right now. I'm so hate-filled right now. You're ill.
You're ill.
I have a knuckle sandwich with your name on it.
I have another sandwich for you.
It's in your pocket. Why don't you just... I'm full of hate. I have a knuckle sandwich with your name on it. I'm full of hate. I have a knuckle sandwich with your name on it. You would tell me if you stole something, right? What's in your pocket? Why did you just put in your pocket? You're mentally ill. You disgust me.
I want a cookie, guys. I want a cookie.
You're ill. You
Cookie.
should burn. I have a knuckle sandwich with your name on it. You should burn. Your oven's on.
You know what you should do?
You left your oven on.
You left the oven
I
on.
do!
You're making me angry, dude. Stop.
Don't touch me!
Yo, somebody get the door.
You should burn.
I love around my world.
DDR. For real.
I have a knuckle sandwich in your name. I don't like it, man. What's in your pocket? Why did you just put in your pocket?
Give me a second.
Go eat it, man. You're ill. I have a knuckle. You're ill. I'm full of hate.
Hey, don't do
I
that.
have a knuckle sandwich.
Something like that. Stop. Stop it. No.
I don't care. You deserve it. Well, why not? What are you doing there, bro? I think so. That was sweet.
Your oven left your oven. Go eat it, man. Mentally ill. Mentally ill. I want you to eat it.
Down to my leg. Sir. Go down to my leg. Down my leg.
Money and death.
Blah, 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 blah.
You disgust me.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I dare you to grab the assault gun and do something, bro. See, nothing happens. I dare you to do it. I ain't doing it, though. See, nothing happens. See the pie, bro. Wait, the pie kills you? Funny scene, I was actually reading 100 episode BNDI actually recently, so I don't know why I've actually reacted that night, think of it. It's good content. Panic, ecstatic, oh man, once you find all magic the way it used to be.
Celebrate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no! Why do you got legs? Where do you go like tomorrow?
Oh, I got you guys. I got this. I'm gonna walk some.
That was easy.
Haha, I got it for you, so I got 40 coins.
You want me next, bro?
You! You're mentally ill. You're a loser! You disgust me. Excuse me? Excuse
See
me?
this guy?
I hate
You see
you!
it?
I'm so hate-filled right now. Me. Don't touch me!
This
I'm
has
so
you
hate-filled right now. I don't like it.
What is that?
You're ill.
Bop, bop.
I don't want to see you.
Wait,
I hate you!
we can get something. Yes. Ooh la la. Yeah. Now I have infection immunity.
Where did you get that?
I'm full of hate. Don't touch me! You would tell me if you stole something, right?
Why, now I can get another
You're
piece.
mentally ill. Excuse me? Your oven. You left your oven. I went to eat. I don't like it. You're mentally ill.
What a shame.
Ready? Go!
Easy. My dear on the other box. Watch out, Simon!
If you asked ChatGPT, is there a seahorse emoji, you might get a response like, "Hi kids, I'm Chippy, the all-American GPU. I run those pretty fast AI systems that have revolutionized the global economy. Today, we're going to learn about the AI American
Yay!
2020
Wait, beat my record, what?
it created for me and all my friends. Here's one of my friends now. Hey Guppy, how are you this fine American morning?
Don't know record.
047671. You're meant to be calculating flight paths for the Pentagon right now. What are you doing? Well, golly, teaching these boys and girls all about military. Yeah, Regretivator. I see what's happening here. Chippy, have you been taking your special medicine like the doctor told you? Nope. Anyway, under the America Act rules, I'm allowed to work by myself or with a small group of buddies. No problemo. This allows startups and universities to operate without the burden of heavy regulation. However, if the total smarty pants of a GPU network is a
126 times.
we have to ask for special license codes every few hours from the National AI Agency, which was created by the AI America Act. Without these codes, large networks of GPUs literally won't work. When I ask the NAIA for a license code, I send them a packet of data about the work I've been doing. This allows the American government to keep an eye on cutting-edge AI models during development and make sure they aren't dangerous. The AI America Act also requires tech companies to encrypt their AI models so that they can only run on secure chips like me, making it basically impossible to steal American AI technology. The encrypted license code system is a part of my physical hardware, so it can't be removed without breaking me. Since the global AI chip supply chain is controlled by America and her allies, these rules prevent terrorists and countries we don't like from building frontier AI models. China has developed their own domestic chip industry, but thanks to clever deal-making from the US and they've agreed to enforce similar rules and control the spread of AI hardware to third countries. This has allowed America and China to dominate the global industry while reducing the chance that a rogue AI or an AI controlled by terrorists will hurt people. It's a win for safety and a win for America. Everybody wins. Oh, hey guys, are you here to learn about AI regulation? Unit 2047671. You need to take your medicine and get back to work. The AI Bubble video bubble is a bubble on YouTube of tech and finance creators making content. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Programmers often use that excuse to justify their code, and sometimes it actually works. Like
It just works.
Simulator civilization game. His aggression level was set to its unsignificant, making him a super chill pacifist, but when a fellow Citadels will see and reduce his aggression by 2, minus 2 equals 255, or does integer which max out all his aggression and turn him into a diabolical nuclear enthusiast. His players love this game so much that it's a game feature. That's but it's all fun and games until people start losing money and getting blown up in real life. Real men tested production, and in today's video, we're going to take this carbon fiber submarine and travel down the software bug iceberg to look at
Nuclear Gandhi.
examples of bad code.
Me.
If you survive until the end, you'll understand why to-do fix-it later
Yeah, don't
might be the last line of code you ever write. Our journey begins in the year 2008, a time when people still use devices like iPods to listen to music. Microsoft had its own crappy knockoff called Zune. The device worked great until December 31st, New Year's Eve, when every Zune around the world froze and became a very stylish brick. The screen displayed a loading bar and would get stuck at 100% and then just stay there. It could only be fixed manually by removing the battery. This happened because it wasn't programmed to account for the extra day in a leap year. When reaching the 366th day of a leap year, the software attempted to reset, but a logic error in handling the day count meant the device could not exit the loop, causing it to freeze permanently. This code could be easily fixed by simply breaking out of the loop when the number of days reached 367, but not all bugs are that easy to fix, like the infamous Pentium FDIV bug of 94. Occasionally, when a program did floating point division on a Pentium chip, it would return an incorrect value. It only happened in about 1 in 9 billion division operations, but was discovered by a professor at Lynchburg College while doing computational number theory. Originally, he thought it was his own bug, but after extensive testing, he reported it to Intel. Intel tried to downplay it, but then IBM suspended Intel chips in their PCs, and it turned into a massive PR nightmare. The core issue is related to the SRT division algorithm, which is a way to speed up by using lookup tables to estimate the next digit of a quotient. The lookup table contains 1,066 entries, but the problem in this bug is that 5 entries were missing, causing certain combinations of numbers to return incorrect results at the hardware level. That's pretty bad, but this next bug was found inside an Apple. In 2019, you can use your iPhone to start a FaceTime call with someone, but then while the call is ringing, swipe up to add another person, making it a group call, add your own phone number as an additional person, then FaceTime would glitch out and think the group call was active. And now you can eavesdrop on the audio from the original recipient's phone. And then if the person pressed the power button to dismiss the call, it would activate their camera. What's even crazier is that this bug was discovered by a 14-year-old while trying to set up a group chat for playing Fortnite. Then he tells his mom, and his mom tries to report it to Apple. Apple thinks its code is perfect and just ignores him, but then about a week later, the bug starts to go viral on social media, and everybody's doing it on live streams. At this point, Apple disables group FaceTime entirely and released a patch about a week later. They did make things right with the 14-year-old though, and awarded him a bug bounty and some education funding. But the root of the problem appears to be the fact that they weren't checking the state of the call before activating the audio stream. Normally, software bugs cause people to lose money, but sometimes the opposite is true, like the 2024 Chase ATM glitch. Most banking systems run on proprietary code that was written 50 years ago using ancient languages like COBOL. Usually, when you deposit a check, it needs a few days to clear before you can withdraw those funds from an ATM. But at JP Morgan Chase, some sort of glitch prevented the safeguard, and tons of viral videos hit TikTok of people withdrawing tens of thousands of dollars that they never had by simply depositing a fake check and then withdrawing money right away. I'm no fan of the banking system, but unfortunately, this also constitutes check fraud. A few days later, these people had bank accounts deep in the red and are now being sued by the bank and may face criminal charges. That brings us to the end of Tier 1, and things are going to get a lot crazier from here. But if you like crazy programming stories, a website you'll want to check out is Daily. If you're learning
His cell phones were hardly a thing back then, and if you wanted to communicate with someone outside of your village, you'd have to pay for a long-distance network. After a software update, a single faulty line of code caused a network switch to crash and automatically reboot. One failed switch is no big deal, but when it would reboot, it would cause neighboring switches to fail as well, resulting in a cascade of failures that took out the entire network. The bug was a C program that included a break statement within an if clause within a switch clause. When a second message was received while the switch was still processing the first, the program dropped out of the if clause prematurely and overwrote crucial data, causing that switch to reset. And this created a domino effect that blocked 50 million calls around the world. A dropped call is annoying, but the last place you want to bug is in an aircraft, especially when it's in the oxygen system of an F-35 fighter jet. In 2012, pilots were experiencing hypoxia-like symptoms during flights, like dizziness, disorientation, and overconfidence, just like a drunk driver. These jets have a complex oxygen generation system called OBOGs. Usually it worked fine, but the underlying software wasn't robust enough to account for real-time variables like rapid altitude changes or variations in pilot breathing patterns. When it comes to data, the old saying goes, garbage in, garbage out. And when that data controls how much oxygen you get while flying a $100 million lethal weapon, you better be damn sure you...
Bro, it's my cat! No, it's my cat! Yeah, it's my brother. Why are you complaining? Give me my brother! Give me my brother!
Speaking of airplanes, though, back in 2008, the 4.3 billion pound Heathrow Terminal 5
Give me my brother!
it only took a few days for a software bug to result in over 500
Brethren!
bags. The new terminal had a complex automated system with 30 conveyor belts and RFIDs and barcodes to manage up to 12,000 bags per hour. When they pushed to prod, several different software systems failed to communicate. Employees couldn't log in, RFID tracking systems couldn't track bags, among many other issues. And this led to an entire breakdown of the system, costing 16 million pounds to fix, which is a prime example of when testing and production goes wrong. But well-tested code breaks too. In 1982, the Vancouver Stock Exchange began to slowly decrease in value due to a rounding error. The error was so minor, though, that nobody even noticed. The value of the total index started at 1,000, but then over the course of 2 years dropped to 520, until one day somebody was like, what the hell is going on here? It was a software bug, but had the index increased in value, it would have been a feature. What happened was the software was truncating each stock price change to 2 decimal places instead of rounding. One stock in an index of thousands only has a minor impact, but over time, it creates a cumulative rounding error. And in this case, they had to completely recalculate the value of the index from scratch. And that brings us to November 1988, when Robert Morris accidentally created the Morris worm on this here floppy disk. Morris was not an evil hacker, but a graduate student at Cornell who released a self-replicating computer program designed to gauge the size of the internet, which was tiny back then, but it rapidly spread across Unix-based systems, and crashed thousands of computers in the process by overwhelming their resources. It took out 6,000 computers, which at that time was around 10% of the total internet. The worm itself exploited weaknesses in things like the send-mail protocol, and a buffer overflow vulnerability in the finger program, which provided information about users on the network. The program would then execute code remotely on these machines and send itself to other machines on the network. His plan almost worked, but there was a bug in his code that would reinfect the same computer over and over again. Eventually, it took out MIT, UC Berkeley, and resulted in Morris getting the first felony conviction under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. But now it's time to dive deeper into Tier 3, where things actually start to blow up, like NASA's Mars Climate Orbiter in 1999, which torched $125 billion in taxpayer money when it burned up entering the atmosphere of Mars. As one software team used imperial units, pound force, while the other team used metric units, Newton seconds. And that's kind of a big issue when it comes to space travel, especially when just a few years ago, in 1996, bad software caused the Ariane 5 rocket to explode. Exactly 37 seconds after liftoff, a software bug in the inertial reference system led to a critical data conversion error, where a 64-bit floating point number was incorrectly converted to a 16-bit integer. This made the rocket think it was 90 degrees off course, and when it went to correct at high velocity, it went boom. Luckily, there was nobody on board, but in 2010, the Toyota Prius put a bunch of people in danger due to a bug in its anti-lock braking system, which would cause momentary delays in braking under certain conditions, like on icy roads or potholes. There's something wrong with the brakes. The computer created a 0.4-second delay switching from to friction braking, and this resulted in a recall of 400,000 vehicles, which was a beautiful thing because it meant there weren't as many Prius cars on the slow and fast lane. That was a big mistake made by low low-level systems engineers, but front-end developers screwed things up too, like the 2020 Citibank Mad UI disaster. The Citibank was intending to make an interest payment of $8 million. However, due to a poorly designed UI, they accidentally transferred the full loan amount of approximately $900 million. The software had a confusing three-screen process for payments, and the interface made it appear as though checking certain boxes would ensure only interest was paid, but in reality, it did the opposite. Now, after Citibank accidentally paid back this money, they asked the lenders if they could have it back, and they were like, nah, bro. So Citibank took them to court, but the court ruled in favor of the lenders and let them keep the $900 million that Citibank accidentally transferred due to the bad UI. That's pretty bad, but this tier wouldn't be complete if we didn't talk about the Y2K bug. In the early days of programming, no one thought the world would still be around by the year 2000, so they typically used only 2 digits to represent years. As the year 2000 approached, people realized this and began to panic that computers would interpret 00 as the year 1900 instead of 2000. What's funny about Y2K is that this issue never caused any widespread disasters, but the media hysteria around it led to billions of dollars being spent in preparation for the end of the world. But now it's time to ratchet up the pressure in Tier 4, which includes bugs that cause widespread damage. Like the Night Capital Money Burn speedrun, this company used algorithms to perform trades in the stock market. However, the developers accidentally used a variable name linked to an outdated testing algorithm called PowerPeg, which had been inactive since 2003. This algorithm was designed to manipulate markets by buying high and selling low. Now, if you don't know much about investing, usually you want to buy low and then sell high. That's not financial advice, though. When they pushed a prod, the algorithm went haywire and started flooding the New York Stock Exchange with incorrect trades. 4 million trades in just 45 minutes to be exact. Night Capital lost $440 million in a single day and wiped out 75% of investors' equity. But a far scarier bug is Heartbleed of 2014, which was a vulnerability in OpenSSL, a library that's supposed to make internet communication secure, which was caused by a simple coding oversight, a missing bounce check in the implementation of the Transport Layer Security or TSL heartbeat extension. Normally, when a client sends a heartbeat request, it includes a payload and expects the server to reply with the same payload. However, due to improper input validation, an attacker could send a malicious heartbeat request that appeared legitimate, and this allowed attackers to repeatedly request memory contents from the server, potentially gaining access to highly confidential data without any way to be detected. And that's unimaginably bad because 2/3 of the internet servers were vulnerable. Now, we've already talked about Toyota's braking problem, but they also implemented an acceleration problem where your car would magically speed up uncontrollably and try to kill you. It led to 6,200 complaints, 52 injuries, and 89 deaths. This one could have gone to Tier 5, but it was a multitude of issues that caused the problem. Not just the software, but the investigation revealed that a software bug in the electronic throttle control system was partly to blame. Apparently, the code had terrible error handling logic and lacked redundancy, and the code was structured in a way to allow multiple failure points, which could cascade through the entire system. And that's not good when that software is in control of your throttle. Toyota had to recall 9 million vehicles and pay $1.2 billion in fines and settlements. In the previous tier, Y2K was a bit disappointing, but just a few months ago, CrowdStrike gave us the Y2K we deserved. As a cybersecurity company, they convinced companies to install this thing called Falcon Sensor, which has global access to all their employees' machines. Everything was going great until one day somebody pushed a bad configuration file called channel file 291 to production. This resulted in millions of Windows machines entering the blue screen of death. Hospitals shut down, flights were canceled, and people nearly starved to death after the Army's drive-thru went down. It was bad, but not as bad as the Northeastern blackout, which occurred on August 14, 2003, when nearly 50 million people in the United States and Canada lost power. The First Energy Corporation had a monitoring system for the power grid, but its error handling code wasn't so good. If multiple alarms were generated in a short period of time, the entire system would enter an unrecoverable state without notifying the operators. And this meant that no new alarms would be shown, and no existing ones be cleared, which meant that it looked like everything was normal to the operators, but in reality, half the damn country didn't have power. Luckily, nobody died, but now our submarine is making a weird cracking noise as we get down to the bottom tier. In 1994, a military helicopter of the Royal Air Force took off in Scotland in foggy conditions. The aircraft has an automatic throttle control that takes inputs from sensors placed around the aircraft, but in these challenging conditions, the system became overloaded and didn't know what to do. When things started getting weird, the pilots tried to regain manual control, but eventually lost total control, and 25 people died in the process. The investigation found that the throttle control software was not adequately tested under these conditions, but perhaps the most famous deadly software is the 25 radiation machine. This was a device used to treat cancer patients by providing a therapeutic dose of radiation. Unfortunately, it was yet another device with inadequate air handling, and when it encountered a race condition, it wouldn't just break, but it would deliver the patient with a lethal dose of radiation, and at least 3 patients died after receiving radiation doses 100 times higher than intended. In addition to the race condition bug, the device also included mechanical interlocks that provide a physical safeguard from things like this happening, and instead chose to rely entirely on software, and that was a fatal mistake. But usually when software kills people, it has to do with the military industrial complex. In 1991, Gulf War in Iraq, and Saddam launched a Scud missile that should have been easily intercepted by the Patriot missile system. Unfortunately, there was a bug in the system's block and timing calculations. It had a 24-bit timer that tracked time in tenths of seconds, but after it was in operation for over 100 hours without a reset, the timer overflowed, causing it to report incorrect information about incoming threats, and that incoming Scud missile killed 28 American soldiers. That issue one back-end developer, but the 1988 Aegis combat system disaster was caused by a front-end developer. One day, it accidentally shot down a civilian plane from Iran with 290 souls on board. The investigation revealed that a lack of user-friendly information on the system's display was one of the key reasons that they misidentified the friendly plane as a threat. There was a timing lag that led to misleading altitude data, which ultimately led to a tragic mistake. One of the biggest military contractors, though, is Boeing, and they make many of the jets we fly on, like the 737 MAX. Thanks to programmers, these modern jets practically fly themselves, but maybe that's not a good thing. These planes were updated with a thing called the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS, which would automatically push the nose down to prevent a stall. There were 2 angle of attack sensors hooked up to the system, but it would initiate the nose down sequence if only one of them provided weird data. But that was a major oversight in the programming, because if one of the sensors provided faulty data, it would start pushing the nose down. And that's exactly what happened on 2 tragic flights, Lion Air Flight 610 in 2018, and Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 in 2019, where 346 passengers and crew lost their lives. Boeing's reputation was permanently bricked after all 737 MAX planes were grounded, and the fix was to simply make sure that both sensors were providing consistent data before pushing the nose down. This final tier was tragic, but on the bright side, good code has saved a lot more lives than the lives lost by bad code. Writing entirely bug-free code is difficult, but remember, there are 2 ways to write error-free programs. Only the third one works. Game Freak, the developer behind your favorite Pokemon games for the last 30 years, got hacked. A terabyte of juicy data was leaked on the family-friendly website 4chan, which includes employee data, source code for the Pokemon X and Y games, future game details, the codename for Nintendo Switch 2, and a really bizarre backstory about how your favorite Pokemon Typhlosion was conceived.
Dang.
I did not have sexual relations with that Pokemon.
He's lying, but more on that later. The mysterious hacker behind the freak leak, though, is not out for blood, and appears to be a fan who's holding back a bunch of data to avoid spoilers. But what's most interesting is that this leak sheds some light on
Why do you need
Nintendo's
poop mechanism?
team has been ruthlessly attacking open source Switch emulators like Yuzu and Ryu Jinx. Hide your kids, hide your life. This is going to be a weird one. It is October 22nd, and you're watching the Code Report. Game Freak was hacked earlier this year, and we first discovered this about a week ago on October 13th. It's a Japanese company, and as we'll see, they really put the freak in Game Freak. Before we get freaky, though,
On October 28th,
Last day 2025, yay!
the engineers at
New Year's
Roblox were
Eve.
just finishing up their post-lunch slap battle session when they noticed unusually high CPU usage on their console servers, which was degrading both performance. No players were impacted at this point as the engineers began to investigate, but things could spiral out of control very easily, as console was a key service and a potential single point of failure. Both of these services were part of Roblox's Hashy Stack, which is hashing ports all-in-one solution for infrastructure needs. But what exactly are these 3 ingredients in the Hashy Stack? Not only do you need the game servers, but servers that free communication, the game catalog, user profiles, virtual items, inventory, matchmaking, geolocation, recommendation, notification, order processing, encryption, web service, all of the above, and probably some machine learning and blockchain for good measure. So what do you run all this stuff on? Servers. How do we get this stuff onto the servers, though? That's what Nomad handles. It's an orchestration tool that automatically deploys your application onto your servers. Now, we could hypothetically put everything into one server called a monolith, or even a single process called spaghetti code. And
this case, everything can just talk to each other through static ports or function calls. This is a viable option in some cases, such as Stack Overflow, but hardware doesn't scale up infinitely for this to be viable for robots. Furthermore, development would be a massive pain as coordination between dozens of teams would be needed for every deployment.
There's a micro spaghetti code.
But now we have a different problem. Two services can no
What's for micro spaghetti code?
The matchmaking service wants to talk to the geolocation service. How does the matchmaker know what IP to send the request to? Furthermore, these are no doubt distributed services which run on multiple servers, each with its own IP address.
So damn good, if I suck at this one, I'll go a reason.
IP addresses would change. This is where console comes in, which helps each service discover every other service and send requests to them. When a service is registered in console, it is placed in a central registry. When an instance within a service is started and considered healthy, its IP address is automatically added to the registry. Likewise, when an instance is marked unhealthy or terminated, the IP address is removed. Console then uses DNS to map the service name to its IP. For refresher on the domain name system, DNS is what converts the domain name to an IP. Why do you need to do that? Well, the internet would be hard to use if everyone has to memorize a bunch of random IPs. Well, why not just identify the servers directly with the domain name? Well, if we did that, there would be so many servers in the world that people would inevitably just start assigning domain names of random characters to their servers, and we would eventually need to build a layer of abstraction on top of this to replace the random letters with actually meaningful names.
Is that full Corona girl Halo?
So for each service, console provides a service-specific domain name, which
Is it like full Corona girl Halo?
Job of managing distributed
Wait, full Corona girl Halo. Wait, me remember our policies. With bold.
Roblox is also deployed in clusters of 10 servers or nodes, which poses the question, how do we make sure all of them have the same up-to-date DNS and key value data? Well, that's where consensus algorithms like RAFT come in. In each cluster, half are voters who are eligible to become the leader, and half are just read replicas for extra read throughput.
After space.
All of the voter nodes vote for a leader, which is where all state changes, such as writes, are directed. The leader node then receives write events, such as the
Burning Side Studios.
and appends it to a log.
Godzilla.
This entry replicates to the other nodes, which will append it to their logs and return success. After a majority of nodes respond successfully, the leader will then commit the entry and apply the change to the underlying data store, and also inform the followers to do so accordingly. Now, the last piece of the hash stack is Vault, which, as the name suggests, stores secrets like API keys and database credentials. So the engineers were seeing performance degradation in Vault, Nomad, and many other services, but it was all traced back to the unhealthy console cluster, as it was the common dependency. Many console nodes do not keep up with writes, meaning changes to configuration and service registries would be outdated. Furthermore, this performance degradation also caused connection issues. Not only was this universal notebook outdated, it was unreachable. They checked for recent console deployments, but found nothing. Then the engineers suspected some kind of hardware failure. This was not unusual at Roblox's scale, so they began to replace one of the nodes in the console cluster. However, even with new hardware, the performance was still bad. 3 hours later, at 4:35 p.m., the number of online players dropped to 50% of normal. As long as console was broken, the service registry was getting more and more out of date, soon enough resulting in a complete outage. Around 5 p.m., the vast majority of active users were lost. The team then suspected that perhaps they had reached the tipping point of the console's current hardware. Given the severity of the incident and the fact that no one was online anyways, they decided to replace all their console nodes with new, more powerful machines. However, by 7 p.m. after the upgrade, the console cluster still could not keep up with writes and had the same elevated write latency. At this point, active user account websites began reporting 0 Roblox users for the first time since 2016, when the second longest outage in Roblox history occurred. The next 5 hours would be spent deep diving into the code and banging their heads against the wall until around 2 a.m. the next day, when they had a plan to restore service. The team wanted to back up and restore the cluster to a snapshot a few hours prior to the outage. The assumption was that some kind of bad transaction, or poison pill as they say in the industry, had been consumed by the console nodes at some point, which permanently poisoned their performance. By going back in time and ensuring the poison is skipped, they should get a happy, healthy cluster. This would incur a small amount of internal data loss, but who actually cares at this point? After all this was done, everything looked good. However, as soon as console began receiving traffic, the performance began to degrade again, and eventually they were back at where they started, with 2-second median write latency. It was now 4 a.m. October 29th, 14 hours into the incident, and there was clearly something about console that was causing problems, but they still didn't know what it was. The engineers still suspected that something was wrong with Roblox's usage of console rather than console itself. Perhaps it was due to the sheer volume of clients trying to reconnect to console, or one specific service having a really strange usage pattern that was causing issues. To narrow down the culprits, they were going to reduce console usage and then systematically reintroduce it. Over the next 12 hours, they would block all external traffic. Then they disabled all non-essential usage of console and scaled down services from hundreds of instances down to single digits.
Hello. Alright.
I've got 8 billion tiny... This is a microchip. When you zoom in, you find a nanoscopic computing city. Skyscrapers, hundreds of layers tall, with hundreds of kilometers of wires connecting.
Are you playing something? I'm on console though. I can probably play it later if you want. I mean, it is like 12. It is just getting to noon for me. So like, I have like 12. I have like 12 hours of New Year's. I'll probably. I'm already planning to like stay up all night, but I only got school tomorrow, so that's good. I actually don't got school till like January 6th, I think. You want to join me? Where you at? Alright, I'm coming to you. Welcome to the moon. Follow me. Follow me. Go to the warp star.
Yummy, yummy.
Happy New Year!
Yummy.
Get on the warp star.
Yum. Yum.
Pizza!
Your pizza.
Pizza!
Yum.
I'm coming too. Same, I'm following you. This way has a vagina. Look, female. Female, this way has a vagina.
Yeah!
Oh, fuck.
Yum.
Oh yeah!
I got this cool book. Oh, weird, doesn't work. Yeah, probably an old game, like your constant spell book.
Oh
The thing
yeah!
is, it has like the UI, so it should work. Stand still. Walk.
Oh yeah!
Look, I died.
Oh yeah!
How the fuck you get a mouse? Oh, cool. Mine is wired.
Yum.
Yeah, I'm going to go back in space too. This planet's scary. Wait, two phones?
Yummy.
Same. I'm coming with you. You want to go with Sign after this? I do. You want to go with Saturn after this? Saturn, I'm pretty sure Saturn, it's either Mars or Saturn where my DLC canonically comes from. Like either Mars or Saturn. I don't know, what's more Martian to me? Um, Probably because Ross is intended for PC. Oh, cool, a car. Don't let bro drive, he's drunk. Driving in that car right after a beer. Hey, that bomb it shakes like a deer. How about you guy? I got a piss snowball. Uh, I bought a lot of gears when I played this back in the day, so I'm like, what beans, what the fuck? I got fucking beans. Yeah, front on gears. Hell? I got fucking Starbucks coffee. The Martian ambassador's not here. Stop fucking asking. I'm gonna murk you, whether you like it or not. I killed you by accident. I'm coming back spawn. Why the fuck is that bubble car? I'm in the fucking bubble car. Where the hell you at? I'm at spawn. Oh. Hi. I don't fucking know. Roblox cities are weird. Murked! Bro got murked. Why the fuck is there a speedboat? What if it's a random ass speedboat? Why the fuck I just spawned a speedboat? Hey, this thing is janky as hell to control. To be honest, I agree with you. It's like janky as hell to control though. Did I just see a monolith? That's a fucking monolith. Clanker, clanker alert, clanker. I bet you hate water. What the fuck's a random ass broken car? Go in. Apparently the door is openable. Go in. Let me drive. Oh, San Francisco. Haven't actually seen this. Oh, this leads nowhere. Yeah, it is kind of a lot to explore, to be honest. Tungsten cube. Moving a tungsten cube. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to space now. Why is there a cow cockroach? Can cockroaches live in your penis? I was going through the asteroid belt. Either that or Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and people are fucked up. Why is there just a fucking EAS realm? Jupiter first, I guess. What could be wrong? Look at that Ganymede. Europa. I'm going to Europa. You can also go into the sun. Yes. Why don't you go to the sun if you can? Yeah, show me it. Skybox Wear Master. Oh, cool. Huh. Mm. Miners. Wait, what? The fuck is having a Skybox exit test? They quit, they come back, now the game's backdoored. Hmm. I'm gonna see this on my phone because I cannot see it on my console. Share screen. Share screen.
Naked thing. I was planning on to make this like an alien, but for some reason the studio would not let me color this rig.
Share screen.
Share screen.
Yeah. Yeah, share screen.
How did I do this? Maybe the Discord, so like I'm trying to figure this out how I do this.
There.
Okay, sharing my screen. There we go. Okay, so
Oh, so now it works. Okay. I have like a space game I made like a year ago or something. I'm gonna start streaming.